Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and today I'm going to be giving you 5 building tips for Minecraft console versions. That's Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation that should help you out while building to make better builds and whatnot. So, these do kind of fall more on the side of glitches because they're all unintuitive things for Minecraft, but they do help you build better things, and hopefully they help you out in some way or other. So, yeah, there'll be 5 of them, and if you like this idea of video, please do like the video and let me know. It helps me out immensely, and, encourages me to think more. So let's get straight into it with our first tip, which is the one-way door. So this is one I saw a lot back in the early days of Minecraft on the PC, but I haven't really seen on the console very much. So the concept is probably clear from the name. It's a door that you can only get through on one way. So as you can see, I go through it this way, I can't get back through it this way. Why is that, you might be asking? It's because of the soul sand here. So soul sand isn't a full block tool. As you can see, I kind of dip down a tiny bit as I go through it, and basically because of that, you can't go through a door like this unless you do some, weird jump stuff from behind it. You can also kind of abuse the sides here and get through, but if you had soul sand all around here, there'd be no way of anyone getting back through this door. So it's a clever way to convince people that, they're going through a door, they can come back, but in fact they can't, for whatever map you want to use that for. So it's also cool for your house if you want to keep people out. Finally, if you want to use something that's not soul sand, that can't be destroyed with the fist, you could use a enchantment table. So enchantment tables are even shorter, which leads to the exact same thing here. They do are also acceptable, the same thing, where you can do this, but if you're willing to make enough of them and you place them in the ground like so, then it will fix that issue for you. So yeah, if you're willing to do that, you can. So there are a few other blocks that do it, but the 2 best ones are soul sand and enchantment tables, because they're both kind of the right width. So that's tip number 1. You can make a one-way door using soul sand, enchantment tables, and it's useful for that. So let's move on to number 2, which is actually floating carpets. So if you don't know carpet right now, or normally you have to, if you place it like so and you break the bottom bit fit, all of them break, which isn't very fun. However, you can actually make a way for carpet to float like this, or even better like that, and involves using the string block. So string is used for hook wire mainly, but you can also use it in this way right here to make carpet which floats on what seems like nothing. So I'll show you just over here with this thing right here. So as you can see, there's some string on the ground. It's not very visible, and I'll do the same over there. The string's not very visible at all, right? But what you can do is you can place carpet on it, and even though if you look over here, for instance, it looks like it's floating carpet, and if you look from this angle, you can't really see the string till very close, and that's if you're looking for it. So if you want to just have floating steps or whatever, it's a cool way to do stuff. Also, if you want to just have people float on a floating platform that's really thin and doesn't look like it should, down here's a cool way to do that. So floating carpet, a cool way to do weird things, and it just requires string, which is quite easy to get. So my third tip actually involves carpet as well, because it's related to minecarts. So basically, if you've ever used minecarts for a really long period of time and they're in the open, you probably have mobs walk on the track, which causes your minecart to go back. It's really annoying. If you place carpet on the minecart, what actually happens is the minecart can go through just fine. As you can see like this, I'm going through the carpet just fine right here for some reason. I have no idea why it works like that, but yeah, you can go through the carpet just fine like that. However, it also means that mobs and stuff like that can all cross over if you put half slabs on each side, so the minecart can go through just fine. It can be uninterrupted and stuff. People can even go through it, but if I want to go over, I can just do that, and I won't interrupt the minecart. In fact, it's really, really difficult for me to interrupt the minecart. So, yeah, easy steps over a minecart like this can be done. It'd probably be better if I used steps that match the colour of the wall, but, that's a challenge for another day. So, yeah, there's that. So, that is tip number 3. You can actually have carpet on rails, and it's very, very useful. So, moving on to tip number 4, it actually involves, using ice and having floating water sources. So, if you place ice down on, it doesn't have to be on a half slab, but if you place ice down, like, so I'll have a block up there, for instance, and then, actually I should probably get rid of this block and then fill it in with something else. But yeah, if you try to break a block that's made from ice, it will actually turn into water, as you probably know. However, if you wait for a block of ice to naturally melt, so let's say there was a bit of glowstone there, and I wait for the block to naturally melt, what actually happens is the block will melt, and then it won't go everywhere because it's melted. And you can use this to do a few cool things. I'll show you, instead of just waiting here, I'll show you what you can do with it by flying over to here. So here's an example of what I've done earlier by just melting the ice. As you can see, it's a floating water source, and it doesn't move, which is a really, really difficult thing, and it's of course easy to do in survival. So as you can see, just floating right through it, and you can also use this to do some cool jump stuff. So if you look here, 2 blocks shouldn't be jumpable, but you have the block of water there, and you can just kind of like float into it. It's really, really cool. Like, look at this jump. It just kind of flies up through it, and yeah, that's a really cool way to use floating water. Hopefully it's done over there yet. No, it's not. But you get the point. You can have floating water sources that just do nothing really. And of course, you can make these as high as you want, as long as there's a way for them to melt. So I could have one that's all the way up in the sky. I could do like a sky water parkour. I think there's a whole bunch of possibilities of using floating water, if not just to make it look cool. So yeah, that's tip number 4 right there. So finally, building tip number 5 for you is one you might know, but hopefully I can help you out with. So basically, if you don't know already, glass, you can't see glass through glass, and you can't see ice through ice. So as you can see there, it looks like there's nothing on the other side, but if you look in the middle here, there is a big letter H. So if you want to have a maze where like there's a letter of something hidden in the middle, you can actually do that. On top of that, if you have an item frame like this in the middle, because you can't see the ice block behind it, it looks like it's a floating item frame. And there's a whole bunch of cool possibilities for hiding things like this. So like, you know, you could have a carpet attached to something. You could have so many, like, things attached to walls that shouldn't be attached elsewhere. Like, you could have a floating ladder like that. You could do so many cool things just by using the ice through ice glitch, and it's kind of cool to do that. So, if you want to have a custom map that has, like, a little ice maze where you have to collect letters, so let's say there's random rooms that have, like, H, A, B, and you got to get a password or something, I think that's a cool use for it personally. I bet there are so many more uses, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do with it. So let me know what you want to use any of these building tips for, and let me know if they help you out in the comments down below. Other than that, like it, as I said, helps out the video. Sharing it helps out even more, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. And also, here's an outro of more videos.